Last chance to look at me, Hector. What kind of man talks to the DEA?
So there is not much body language shown here, but from when Gus enters the room, we see some clear things. Firstly, both of his feet are pointed directly toward Hector, which signifies that all of his attention is focused on him. This is why Walter finally managed to kill him, because he uses Hector, Gus's arch nemesis, as a lure. He is so hyper-focused that he doesn't think to check for traps. Foot positioning is the easiest way to read someone else's body language, as everyone has to position their feet some way or another. Naturally, humans position their feet to give them stability when facing the direction they wish to communicate. So if someone is talking with a group of people, their feet should encompass the whole area of the group. You can always tell if you're seen as someone's friend if they readjust their foot position to include you. It also shows that they actively want to communicate with you. If, for example, you start speaking to two people who are already having a conversation and no one changes their foot positioning to encompass you, they don't really want to talk to you. He also makes strong eye contact, staring directly at Hector. Again, this is why Walter wins. Gus is so focused on Hector, he fails to scan the room, where he could have easily seen the bomb on his wheelchair.
No man. No man at all.
Gus continues to make super strong eye contact here. He is completely and utterly focused on Hector. He, on the other hand, is avoiding looking at Gus. This is likely Hector trying to send a message that he doesn't even see Gus on his level, which clearly angers him. Now, this type of body language is deliberate and controlled by the conscious, and thus it's super hard to make any solid conclusions, as every person is different. Gus is also doing a grounding behavior here. He keeps his hand on the chair as support, before slowly moving to sit down. When we're experiencing emotional stress, we often try to ground ourselves on things like chairs and walls to give us extra support. It makes us feel more secure and is regarded as a self-soothing behavior, just like folded arms or the self-hug. Gus is clearly under a lot of emotional stress here, as Hector is his arch nemesis, and sworn enemy who murdered his close friend in cold blood. This emotional reaction in Gus is what causes him to die. He isn't focused on his surroundings like before when he avoided getting into the car that had been rigged to explode by Walter. His guard is completely down here. He's emotional unlike before.
A crippled little rata. What a reputation to leave behind. Is that how you want to be remembered? Last chance to look at me, Hector.
When Hector refuses to look at him, he exhales, which is a pacifying behavior. Exhaling slowly and cautiously acts as a psychological regulator and can help calm us down when stressed. Deliberately breathing slowly and calmly tells the subconscious that it doesn't need to be breathing rapidly, as it's not endangered anymore, which dramatically helps reduce stress. It's why breathing exercises are often used to combat panic attacks. It shows that he's very stressed here. He also does a mouth tense. When we're experiencing stress, our muscles tense up to become stronger and more resistant to damage. This quick mouth tense is a micro-expression. Gus is letting his emotions slip out here as he struggles to keep composure. Gus is an incredibly reserved character, so to see him experience such strong emotions here, even when trying to hold it in, just shows how strong his hatred for Hector is. The moment Hector looks at him, he's shocked. You see his mouth open slightly, which I'd say is him going through the shock response. Seeing Hector finally look at him causes his defense mechanism to activate, and as a result his mouth opens to take in more oxygen to give him the energy he needs to fight the stressor. Body language is all about stress and how humans deal with it. This is the most perfect example of the defense mechanism in action. We didn't evolve to survive explosions. We evolved to survive other animals and humans biting and scratching us. Say for example this were thousands of years ago, which is the natural environment we evolved in. Gus was going into the defense mechanism seeing Hector act strangely. This gave him more oxygen, which in turn gave him a greater ability to deal with a physical attack. If Hector had been, say, a bear or a wolf, then attacked him, Gus would have been far better prepared to deal with the threat. He could run further, he could climb faster. We evolved to survive animals and other humans physically attacking us, which is why we instinctively act in this way. It's hardwired into the fabric of our brains. Gus also leans back here slowly before he sees the bomb. This is again the defense mechanism trying to get out of range of the threat. He instinctively moves slowly as movement is the single biggest giveaway of location. He's also in the freeze response here. Again, if this was thousands of years ago, this is exactly how he would have reacted to hearing the snarl of a wolf. He freezes, takes in more oxygen, and then slowly moves away from the predator, making sure not to give away his location. This is brilliantly done and perfectly acted. This is definitely one of my favorite scenes in all of Breaking Bad. It's so subtle but tells a lot of information. It shows Gus's one weak point. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.